Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at ChicnScratch. This is the project we're making today. Okay, so this is week 6 of the 12 weeks of Halloween, and the following video was filmed live. You feel free to fast forward, pause, or rewind, and if you need anything, let me know. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, good evening. Thank you for joining me. I don't really have any housekeeping notes because honestly, I moved on Friday. Yeah, so I know my name, but that's about it. I did make a really cute project for you tonight, though, so I'm excited to share it with you. We are using the Everything Essential bundle. So these are the supplies we're going to be using. Basic black 6x4, and then scraps. Highland Heather scraps, Whisper White scraps, and then Highland Heather Designer Series paper. This is in the Subtles collection, and this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. And I think I've used purple quite a bit this Halloween for this Halloween series, but yeah, but everyone loves purple, right? So, okay, we're gonna take the image and stamp it. We are using the little haunted house or whatever you want to call it, and I hope that my ink pad works. I had to re-ink it because it was, I probably grabbed one that's like 100 years old, but I had to re-ink it a couple times. And I don't have my Stampin' mat because who knows where that thing is. It could be better. You know what? Let me grab the re-inker again. Okay. We'll give that just a second. While that's happening, or while that's soaking in, I'm going to open up my liquid glue because, yes, I can't even find my scissors, let alone adhesive. So I just went to my my extra stash. That was the one box I did find. Okay. And I got all new adhesive, new glue dots, new liquid glue. I'm gonna try one more time. Y'all hold your breath. Come on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I know I can't find my Stamparatus either. So if I had the Stampin' mat or the little Stamparatus mat, it would solve my problem. But who knows where that is? Hope to find it by Wednesday. Okay, so I'm using 2 Stampin' Blend markers. I'm using the light Daffodil Delight and the light Highland Heather. I'm going to start with the light daffodil, and I'm just going to color in the light in the windows. When I edit this video to post on my website and on YouTube, I will zoom in on the coloring part. Not that it's fancy coloring by any means. Now I'm going to take the light Highland Heather and color this, I don't know what you call this little flying thing, banner. I'm going to use the larger tip for this part. Can y'all hear that airplane? Somebody said, why didn't I know that just moving 25 blocks south that I would still be in the path of the airport? Maybe even more so now than I was before. Oh well. So we're going to set that aside for a second. And we are going to take this 6x4 piece of paper. And we are going to score it on the portrait side at 3/4 on both sides, okay? And I'm going to remove the dark blade so that I don't accidentally cut. So 3/4. And then 3/4 again on the other side. And then now I'm going to score it at 2 5/8 on the landscape side. And 2 5/8 on the other side. Since I cannot find any of my scissors, this pair was the only one I could find next to my really good quilting scissors. So this is what we're using. But those are older than dirt. Those are the, that's what we used to cut the red rubber stamps. Okay, so I folded and then burnished on the score lines. And then I'm going to cut up to the score line on both of these. And then I'm going to trim this tab just slightly. Same thing over here. Now, I wish I knew where my Stampin' Seal Plus was, but it'll show up. So it was nice to have them pack our kitchen and my studio, but the bad part about it is that then I can't find anything. So there's pros and cons to everything. Okay, so there's that. This stuff dries pretty quickly. And then this is going to fold up. So now we're going to put liquid glue on both of these panels. So this is just the first part of our box. It's not all of it. So, because right now it's like pretty plain, but it won't be when we're done. I did, Valentina, I moved to a 14 by 15 room, and I was in a 28 by 17 room before. I can't actually sleep for thinking about where in the world am I going to put things. But I do have more organization, like places, like I have cabinets on the wall now. Instead, I used to have them just on the ground or the floor. And I think that having that bigger room just allowed me to spread out more than what I really needed to. Okay, so this is the base. Now we're going to we're using the stitch shape dies and the layering squares dies, okay? So we're going to cut out 2 of this size. And so I'm going to move everything over so that you can see the cutting. I did get in the magnetic cutting pad for our Stampin' Cut and Emboss, and it works like a charm. You can see this is how much I used it today. I did try a spider, but we're not using him tonight. Okay, so this is a self-healing mat, and your sandwiches are, let me cover this really quick for those of you that don't know. There's a 1 and a 2. I feel like that owl that does the Tootsie Roll Pop. Some of y'all don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, so 1, 2, a 5, your paper, your die, and then a 3. Crunch? No. Okay. Okay. So there's that one. We need one more. Okay, we'll set those two pieces aside, and now we are going to cut the Highland Heather piece, and that's going to get cut with this smaller one. Let's see, I think I can cut two of these at once. Self-healing, I don't really, like all of my fabric cutting mats that I use for quilting, they're all self-healing mats. So they just self-heal, like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so there's those two pieces, and now we just have one more, the image that we just colored. And it looked like it doesn't fit. It does, but just barely. But barely counts, right? Oh, I've never had to replace my Simply Scored scoring tool, ever. Yeah, I've been using the same one forever. Okay, there's our image. So now we can set this aside. Okay, our designer series paper is going to attach to this. So again, this measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I can't believe this is my first video in my new studio and my fingernails look awful. I just I've not had them done professionally since the COVID started. I want to, but I keep getting scared. Okay, so now I'm going to glue this. I have gone and gotten my hair done, but that's because Cassandra has a room that just she and I are in, so no one else is in there but us. Okay, now I'm going to take a couple dimensionals, and we're going to add this to the center. Oh, whoa, no, we're going to add it to the basic black, and then now we're going to add liquid glue. Give that a second to dry. And I could not find my take your pick tool. I could not find my chick stand, so I had to open a brand new one. And I had a paper piercer, a brand new paper piercer that's retired. You should have seen me looking for stuff today. Okay, so one rhinestone. It's crazy at the things I did find, like I found my rhinestones. I'm going to put it right there at the top. I'm not sure why, but I just like adding bling. Now we're going to take some liquid glue again, and we're going to add this to the front of our box and this to the back of our box, and then we're going to add some candy. So I'm going to take some liquid glue, and it's really nice to use liquid glue for doing this because it's sometimes hard to position this, and so when you use liquid glue, you can reposition it really quickly. If you use the Stampin' Seal or the tear and tape, once you stick it down, it's done. And I want to place it more towards the bottom because I want this to stand. Okay, so now I'm going to pick it up and slide it into position. And then stick my hand in there and press down, make it stick. Now give it a second. Now we're going to add the back. This is the trickiest one. But like I said, using liquid glue really helps because you can slide it Okay, stick my hand in there and press. Okay, now we're going to take the printed cellophane bags and what's it called? Yeah, printed gusseted cellophane bags. And I am going to go ahead and whack off. I have to use my fabric scissors. Let's see, how big is this now? So I cut it down to 6 1/4. You could do 6 1/2, whatever you prefer. And I have my nice little box of candy here. We are going to be using 3 of these Heath bars, but let's see, the Kit Kats will fit, the Whoppers will fit. You don't even have to use the bag if you don't want to. See, that all those fit. But I like using the bag because it makes it really pretty. So I'm going to take 3 of them. Yes, I finally went to the store. When the movers were at our house, one of the guys said, "Do you mind if I have some candy out of your jar?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. Help yourself." That's exactly what my husband and my son do. They go right straight to the jar. Okay, so I'm just going to tie a bow. Well, come back here. Let's do that again. We're going to tie a bow. Okay, let me bring that up just a smidge, and then, okay, there we have it. So that's the one we just made, and then here's the one. Oh, so maybe I cut the bag a little too short. Maybe cut it at 7 1/2 instead of 6 1/2. Yeah, and you can tell my ink was a little bit better on this one, my Memento ink. So cute, and it does stand just like that, so perfect. So the measurements of the box measure, with the scallop, it's 3 by 3, and it's 3/4 of an inch thick, okay? So 3 by 3, 3/4 of an inch thick. Okay, thank y'all so much. See you Wednesday.